Welcome to MSU Inside Out alongside Aundrey Livingston. I'm Jesse Rosfit. This is our semester finale. We have a full hour coming at you.
Yeah, full hour. Last week, Thanksgiving was before, and then we had the auction last week. So we're back and with our final show, and I'm excited. Some great things to look forward to. I'll be talking to Rick Hedberg, about his position as director of athletics. I know you will be talking to the head football coach and some different things that will be going on there. I'm looking forward to that interview. First time we got him on the show, and I'm glad he could be here for our finale.
Yeah, and we'll be having a recap as well of the auction a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
And with Christmas coming up, there's a few events for that around campus going on. And Josh Sandy's joining us here to talk about a little bit of campus news.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Let's jump right into it. MSU campus players begin their annual Christmas show tonight in Alshire Theater. MSU Inside Out reporter Megan Wolf has more.
With the hustle and bustle of the Christmas season, many people forget to take time to see the real beauty of Christmas. Campus Players hopes to remind you of just how magical this time of year can be. This weekend, Campus Players will be performing It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. This show is a take on the beloved classic It's a Wonderful Life, but with a little twist. This show takes place in a radio studio in the 1940s with a group of actors performing the show over the radio with live sound effects on stage. But once the show gets rolling, you will see that the show has everything from the original movie version, including George Bailey, a discouraged man ready to give up in the Christmas season, and Clarence the Angel, who will do anything to help George through this rough time. Jason Garter, the director of the show, says that the actors are really enjoying the twist that this show offers.
I think it's been a marvelous experience for all of us involved because we have a lot of very talented people involved in this production, in the cast and crew, and I think that it's allowed us to really build something together. And that's very coherent. I feel like we've been communicating pretty well with the goal and the vision of what the show should be.
Don't miss this lovely Christmas classic running tonight through Sunday night in the Alshire Theater. This has been Megan Wolf, Channel 19.
Again, shows begin tonight and conclude on Sunday. To reserve your tickets, call the box office at 858-3172. The MSU Student Athlete Advisory Committee has had a very successful semester. Their fundraising efforts for the Make-A-Wish Foundation have already surpassed last year's totals, and they are 2/3 of the way to reaching their $1,000 semester goal. Each of the 16 universities in the NSIC is asked to raise $1,000 for the cause, and the conference promises to match the donations each school raises. SAC member Philip Stratius is very happy with this year's efforts.
SAC has raised over $600 for the Week of Wishes, and that's way more than we anticipated that we would ever raise. We've auctioned off team balls and painted faces at the state volleyball tournament. Next semester we have It's a Slam Dunk, Don't Drive Drunk, and we're really, really excited about it.
Also spent time addressing campus-wide issues for student athletes and giving input on national NCAA legislation. SAC's next big event, It's a Slam Dunk, Don't Drive Drunk, will take place in late January. Tonight brings us the MSU Symphony Orchestra's Holiday Pops concert. MSU reporter Megan Wolf has more.
Christmas is in the air, and the only thing that could make it better would be a little Christmas music. The Minot Symphony will be performing their Holiday Pops concert tonight at 7:30. They will be performing many different holiday classics from Greensleeves to Sleigh Ride, though the big surprise will be in the second act, where they will be performing Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker with ballet dancers from Minot's studio in town. Scott Seaton, the music director from the symphony, says he is excited to work with Minot and says it only makes sense to share the stage in this Christmas season. The event.
Well, Minot, who is the ballet guru in town, he is phenomenal. He actually danced for Bolshoi in Russia, and for Minot to have an asset like him is incredible. So it only makes sense for us to do something like the Nutcracker to really utilize the talents that we have available. And I'm really looking forward to it.
With the concert selling out quick, Seton says to come early to get your chance to see this Christmas fun.
I mean, it's going to be a fun time. If you want to have, a taste of that childhood nostalgia, then come on down and hear what it's all about.
For more information on the Minot Symphony Orchestra, check out their website at minotstateu.edu/symphony or check them out on Facebook. This has been Megan Wolf, Channel 19.
And the show begins tonight at 7:30 in Ann Nicole Nelson Hall. The end of the semester means it's time to part with those books you've been sheltering in your backpack all semester long. I caught up with the MSU bookstore manager to find out the store's hours during finals week and just when those rentals need to be returned.
Monday through Thursday, 7:45 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. and Friday, 7:45 a.m. to 5 p.m. If there are people in the store at 6 o'clock or if they come in a little bit earlier, we'll open the store or keep the store open later. And Friday, December 19th is the last day. Now, they do, they will tell you that they're going to charge your accounts because they email you everything that's going on, but they do give you a couple days of leeway. So books you didn't rent, we buy back all year long, but the last week of classes is the best time. So if we need them, we're paying approximately half of what you paid for them. And that's the best time to sell.
The MSU bookstore is located on the first floor of the Student Center. Student fees can empty a student's pocket, but they also provide the services that make a campus run. MSU students and administration have met over the last 2 weeks to take fee requests. This year, the committee will recommend fee increases for Wellness Center operations and a new fee for the Writing Center. Pending approval of the Student Government Association, these fees will be implemented for the next academic year. To voice your opinion on student fees, you can visit the SGA office located in the Student Center. Well, that's all for me. I'm going to toss it over to Jesse, who is in studio with Coach Tyler Hughes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Yeah, we're going to talk about what's coming up and what happened in the past season and stuff like that. But thanks for the Christmas campus news.
Yeah.
Like Josh said, I'm joined now by Tyler Hughes, the head coach of Minot State football. Coach Hughes, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you came in after an interesting situation that we had with Todd Hoffner way back in April. You came in after that. We're going to do just a roller coaster of a 2014. You start with that. You were in Virginia, and then you came up here. Just like now with 2014 drawing to a close, just how was the ride for you?
Well, it's been good. I mean, we certainly didn't win as many games as we wanted to win. But the thing that I really wanted to make sure that we did is we established and start to establish a culture in our program for the things that we want to be going forward. And so for our players' parts, they did a really good job that way. They learned more and more each day about what we wanted and how we wanted to be. We have a good foundation now, which when I first got here we didn't quite have, at least for what I wanted. And now we're on that recruiting trail, and we're working hard that way too. So good things are in store for our football program.
Yeah, it's been a busy semester. I know your football practices were mostly during this time, around 5 o'clock on Thursdays, or at least when you had it on Thursdays. And so we didn't really get to have you on this semester. It's good to actually get to talk to you now after your season. Record-wise, you finished 1-11. Like you said, it didn't end the way you may have wanted. Just what were you able to learn, though, in your first season?
Well, when I got hired late April, so I didn't have a really good handle on our players, our personnel. So for those first, 6 weeks of the season or so, just trying to get to know guys, what they were capable of, how to work with them, for them how to work with me and the other coaches. We had to get those things in order too. We had a good feel for what our conference looks like, what the top teams are like, where we need to be competitive at the highest level in Division II football. So there was a lot of different things that we had learned along the way. I had a good experience in terms of getting to know Minot State, the university, the campus as a whole. So many things were learned and many things that we can utilize going forward.
You mentioned that you came in pretty late. It was in April, I believe. And I mean, most new coaches come into a program. You come in and you get that first season, you don't have as much time. And then you came in even later than most coaches do, so you have even less time. How do you go into the summer preparing for a season?
Well, it was difficult because I'm a big believer in player development. So all the off-season conditioning and all the physical work to help get you guys physically ready, but also how that relates to your team camaraderie, mental toughness, discipline, all those things. We just didn't have that opportunity for those things to come together. And so those will be big things that we'll be able to work on going forward. That's a core belief for me is player development. And so I'm looking forward to being able to work in that area here going forward.
You say you really like getting the player development. Now you come into your first off season as a head coach at Minot State. What are you really looking to get to work now? I mean, you've had, I believe, a month now since the season has ended. So now what are you looking forward to do?
Well, what I did is I told our players when the season ended that they'd have time off just so they could refresh and renew and get away from football from a little bit so they could get focused in on school, finish strong academically. We're about almost to the end of that because finals are right around the corner and then the holiday break. And so I'm just wanting them to finish strong and do the best they can. As coaches, we're getting our off-season program developed and ready to go. And then we're on that recruiting trail working as hard as we can to bring in the 2015 class for recruiting. So we've got a lot going on and a lot to do every day.
When every season comes to an end in college, you have to say goodbye to the seniors, the upperclassmen, and then you'll bring in some more. How do you try to replace now those seniors that you lost?
Well, it was a really good group of seniors. There were only 8 of them, but there was a really good group. Kids who had seen a variety of things in their experience at Minot State, and certainly had gone through this past year in really difficult circumstances. So I've told those guys a number of times that I'll always feel very close to them for them having to go through all that and having a good attitude and working as hard as they could given that. And so we'll have to add in our recruiting class with new players, and guys will need to step up and fill roles, and that's just kind of what you do year to year with a football team.
Yeah, you mentioned that recruiting class. I know you can't really talk about specifics of that, but you can talk about just like what you're planning to do, what you need to build on and stuff like that. Just tell me what you're planning with your recruiting class.
Well, we'll recruit our region. Obviously, North Dakota, that's going to be a huge part of our recruiting efforts. We want to recruit this whole region. So as that extends into Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Minnesota, I mean, all these areas, we want to make sure that we really recruit our region. Feel like that's going to give us the foundation that we need in our program. We'll complement that with different kids from out of the area, but we'll focus our efforts on the region, and then we got to get just great high character guys that want to get the job done in the classroom, they want to get the job done off the field, and then of course they're good football players. And if we can find people like that, we're gonna be tough to beat.
So you come in now, you have some time off now with Christmas break and stuff. Give the guys a little bit of time off. When you get back to it, how are you going to push and get ready for the spring game coming up?
So January 12th is the first day of school, which is a Monday. So we'll have our first team meeting and introduce our off-season program and everything that needs to be done. So we'll get that started. We'll do our physical testing, height, weight, strength tests, all those things, and then we'll just jump right into our weightlifting and conditioning. We'll have a variety of things that we'll do in terms of skill development. We'll have a variety of things that we'll do in terms of just personal development, off the field stuff. And then spring football starts into April. So we've got 2.5, almost 3 months of real good solid work that we'll undertake as a program before we get into spring football. And then spring football, obviously practice and meetings and trying to get our schematics in. And that's a good development period. You're not playing a game, so you don't have to worry about depth charts and all those kind of things. It's just coach and teach, which I enjoy doing, and the players can go out and compete and work together and compete with one another.
When you came in here, your coaching staff was mostly in place. You were able to bring in a couple of your own guys that you wanted. Now with a full year under your belt, you're able to get familiar with those guys. Do you advance a little bit, throw in a few new packages or anything going into next season?
Yeah, I mean, for one, we got to get a lot better about the foundational stuff that we've put in. We need to get better that way. But yes, I mean, having another year under our belts will certainly help. I mean, we were a couple of weeks before the season, and I'm sitting down with all of our coaches for the first time and going over our philosophy, things that need to be done day to day within our program. You would like to do all that right now, but we were doing it 2 weeks before fall camp. So we'll certainly be better and well ahead from where we were this past season as we head into 2015.
You mentioned a little earlier how good the NSIC is. It's really the top level that in Division II, and we see the football teams you played, Mankato and Duluth, how good they are, how good they were playing in the playoffs. And you see that level, and that's where you want to be, towards the top. So now how do you get to that level?
Well, incrementally. We have to get a little better here and a little better there in everything that we do. That includes our coaching staff, that includes our players, that includes, everything about our program, our medical staff, our film staff. Everybody has got to continue to get better in everything that we do. There's not one single secret ingredient that makes one program better than the other. It's a combination of factors. So we're working on those things every day. We've got to have a great recruiting class, and we've got to have a great off season in terms of player development, and those would be two big steps in the right direction.
All right, thank you, Coach, for being here. I'm
You
really
betcha.
excited to see what you have planned for 2015.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you having me on.
Thanks. That's Coach Tyler Hughes, MSU Minot State football coach. Just finished his first year. Now will be going into his second year. We're going to take a little bit of a break right here on MSU Inside Out. When we come back, Brigitte will be talking to a few people about the auction recap. The auction went out last week. Aundrey will be talking to Minot State's athletic director about what's going on in athletics. And then, of course, we'll have a little more football. Aundrey's fantasy football coming up. So we'll see that all coming up after the break.
Thank you to our underwriters.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
All-American Trophies, established in 1983, located on South Broadway for all your trophy and screen printing needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies, located on Main Street.
Digital Office Center, offices located in Minot and Bismarck, provides a complete line of Xerox equipment, supplies, and other services.
MSU Hockey Club, the 2013 ACHA Men's Division I National Champions. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics Department, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Red and Green, Minot State University's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest under one roof to connect like-minded individuals.
Creative Property Management, over 45 years in managing properties and finding tenants the right home.
Be seen, be heard on the Alshire, Black Box, and Amphitheater stages. MSU Theater, where we tell the world's story.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Fiancé Bridal, located downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Pepsi of Minot, the local Pepsi-Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, Bottineau, and Hettinger.
Rick's Jewelry, where you'll shimmer and shine.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agency handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
97 Kicks FM, today's hot new country.
KZTR FM, Minot's rock station, 105.3 The Fox.
KMXA FM, Minot's best music mix. Mix 99.9.
Jacobson Music, family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Beaver Brew Cafe, a coffee shop run by MSU students in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Minot Automotive, offering a superb selection of new 2014-2015 and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota models.
Uncle Mattio's, a place where everything is fresh, from pizza dough that's made in store each day to locally grown veggies that are delivered every morning.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMC, local news, weather, and sports.
Bridgeford Construction, licensed and insured for all your concrete needs, residential and commercial.
Ike Heatings, providing immediate sleep and furniture solutions for individuals, families, and commercial properties.
we're back here on MSU Inside Out. You know, the auction was last week, and it was very successful. You were talent, I was talent, you know, kind of like a QVC meets eBay kind of thing, and it was great. And definitely we have Brigitte live standing.
Yes. Yeah, she's over in the back cave talking to a few people from the auction class, I believe, and maybe even somebody from the animal shelter, the Service Valley Animal Shelter. That's where 10% of the donations went to, and I believe we raised over $11,000.
$11,000?
So yeah, a good chunk of change going to them.
Yes, sir. So right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it to Brigitte. Brigitte, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. The biggest live production event for the broadcasting students here at Minot State happened just last week with the KMSU Auction. And joining me is Rebecca Button and Manuel Yorkie to tell us a little about that. So the KMSU Auction is a class here at Minot State, and can you tell me a little about the aspects that it offers?
Yeah, so we start the semester really getting donations and going out there and talking to businesses and getting the stuff to auction off. And then later on we move into really like promoting it and doing like the TV commercials and the advertisements and all that stuff and going out to different events. And then obviously the night of the auction is the big deal, and that's the best part.
So lots of things to learn, you know, you get a little bit of all of it, the PR, the production, a little bit of everything. So tell me, Manuel, what was the biggest thing you've learned this year?
Biggest thing I've learned was getting donations from people and building a network, you know, helping people with promote your business, you know.
Absolutely. And this year, the proceeds are going to the Service Valley Animal Shelter. And also joining us is Randy McDonald of the Service Valley Shelter. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and I will just let you guys present it away.
All right. So every year, 10% of the proceeds from the auction goes to a charity. This year we raised $11,000. And so we would like to give to you $800 on behalf of the KMSU auction.
Well, thank you very much. So happy that you guys were able to do this for us. A little bit about how we're going to use this money. A constant need is food, shelter, medicine, litter for the animals. So this money goes directly towards supporting our pets. It costs roughly $150 a day to run the shelter just in those aspects. So this will support us for a little while at least, and without contributions like this, we wouldn't be able to function on an annual basis. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, and tell me a little bit about what you are most looking forward to seeing with the animal shelter. What would you like improved, done, that this money can help go towards?
Well, our shelter was built in 1997, so it was fine in 1997, but since the oil boom and since the flood, we've expanded considerably. Right now we're sitting at about 105 cats and 40 dogs, and our shelter is designed to hold 50 cats and about 30 dogs. So we have cats coming out of every possible room in our shelter. So in addition to the medicine, in addition to the food, we are looking to add on to our facility and hopefully support the growing community's needs.
Absolutely, expansion is definitely needed nowadays, and I think this is a great concept, and I love that we could give back to you, and I think that is just amazing. So with that, we will toss it right back to the host and take it away, guys.
All right, thank you, Brigitte. Definitely a great thing what happened at the auction then.
Oh, for sure. I had fun. I had tons of fun, you know. Yeah, I always have fun at the auction. I'll be here another year, so I'll look forward to having fun next year. It's too bad we couldn't do anything together. You know, we couldn't do a package.
It would have been fun.
We did the first year, but unfortunately not this year.
Yeah, it was all right. I talked to Randy in the pre-show for the auction. So a good cause going to the Service Valley Animal Shelter.
Oh, definitely. A couple people I know actually adopted, you know, a kitty from the animal shelter. Adopted, you know, my neighbors adopted three dogs from the animal shelter, you know, so, and they're cute. They're just adorable, you know, so I would, but, you know, my mom and dad, aren't the biggest dog people. So, maybe when I get my own spot, I'll adopt from an animal.
You're talking about kitties. You know who else like cats?
Who?
Jamie Council.
Oh, Jamie
Council really likes cats. I know that.
Cats. Do you know what day it'll be in 2 days?
Catterday.
It'll be Catter Day.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
All right. No one needs a reminder that finals are here. The opposite of cats, basically. However, no one should study on an empty stomach. MLife is holding a late breakfast next Monday from 9 to 10. Take a break, relax, and eat a late night breakfast. The event takes place in the Beaver Creek Cafe and is open to any MSU student with a current ID. For more information, visit MLife's Facebook page. And Elizabeth Ham brings us the final rendition of Probably Gaming. Delays, coverage of the Game Award show, and top 3 holiday games, or games for the holidays, are topics she covers. No spoiler alerts.
Hi guys, welcome to another installment of Probably Gaming. Let's get right into the gaming news. Kingdom Hearts fans might be in for a nerd-tastic treat. The co-director and designer on Kingdom Hearts 3, Tyler Hughes, has revealed that Marvel and Star Wars characters are being considered for the game's sequel. He stated that nothing is off limits. Both the Marvel and Star Wars worlds and concepts are under consideration for the final game. He says, quote, "There are so many wonderful concepts, but at the same time, it's really tough to choose." There's no current release date set for the game, so fans will have to wait until we get another update on development before we know if either of these will be involved with the game. The Witcher 3 has been delayed for a second time. CD Projekt Red announced on Monday that the game, which was originally intended to be released in 2014, then delayed to February 2015, has now been delayed to May 19th. The developers claim that the sheer size and complexity of the third installment in the Witcher series has been a huge component in the delays. We can only hope that another 12 weeks working on the game can help with the vast open world. The makers boast that it's 35 times bigger than Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings. The first annual Game Awards were held last week, and Dragon Age Inquisition won Game of the Year. As someone who's been playing it for the past few weeks, I couldn't agree more. Other winners include Mario Kart 8 for Best Family Game, Far Cry 4 for Best Shooter, and Destiny for Best Score and Online Experience. You can check out more about the winners on probablygaming.com. And on that note, Probably Gaming's top 3 games for the holiday season. With Christmas coming, I wanted to give you all a heads up on what games I think would be great for you to check out. Starting with number 3 is a community favorite, Assassin's Creed Unity. Even with the really weird glitches, the game overall is entertaining and another great expansion for the Assassin's Creed library. If you love any of the other Assassin's Creed game installments, this is the game for you. Number 2 is Tales from the Borderlands by Telltale Games. I know the new Game of Thrones game also came out not too long ago by the company, but let's not forget the fantastic Borderlands game. It has the great storytelling of Telltale Games along with the quirky characters from the Borderlands series. It follows after the events of Borderlands 2 and is available on nearly every platform. And my personal favorite for number 1, Dragon Age Inquisition. For those who love RPGs and open world adventures, this will be a great game. To me, the gameplay and exploration of the game is what Elder Scrolls Online should have been. There's plenty of hours of gameplay, fantastic cutscenes, and of course, the chance to battle dragons. If you like the previous installments of the Dragon Age series or are a fan of fantasy RPGs, it's worth checking out this game. That's it for this week. I hope you all have a great holidays. Until next time, I'm Elizabeth Ham, and I'm Probably Gaming. See you in the new year.
Thank you to Elizabeth Ham for her gaming coverage this semester. Get outside and enjoy the nearly tropic winter weather. The Dakota Trailblazers are holding a fun run this Saturday in Surrey. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please contact Dale Delbert at 701-721-9378 for more information. You can also check out the event on Visit Minot. And now, Dre is talking a little MSU sports with Athletic Director Rick Hedberg.
Joining me here on MSU Inside Out is Director of Athletics, none other than Rick Hedberg. thanks for joining me today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, so the semester is almost over. Talk about your position on campus and how this semester has gone.
Yeah, you know, overall it's been a good semester. Lots of excitement. We're now in our third year within Division II in the Northern Sun, and obviously teams compete, and we got a lot of great student athletes. We have almost 300 student athletes that are out working hard each day, and so it's been fun. I mean, our teams, for the most part, have competed well. We obviously, with the shakeup with our football last spring, it was a brand new staff, and so they kind of got their feet wet, and now we'll have a full year kind of recruiting under their belt, and I know they're excited to do that. But I know the guys worked hard, and we were close on a lot of things there. Soccer obviously had another great season with where they're at, making the playoffs again in the Northern Sun, and volleyball was very close. Our conference is a great volleyball conference. Southwest Minnesota actually was a national runner-up. The previous 7 years, Concordia St. Paul in our league had won the national title. Right. So I think we had something like 6 teams rated in the top 20, so they made some strides, I think, within the league, and then cross country and golf competed also this fall, and cross country did well. The women competed well at the Northern Sun Championship. So moving along, but a lot of great kids doing a lot of great things, and sad to see some of the seniors. Jen Dixon's finishing up volleyball, and some of those kids, the football guys and soccer gals and so on that are completed with their sports. Tough to see them go, because we have a lot of great kids, great young men and women.
Right, definitely. Like you said, it's tough to see the seniors as like the Jen Dixons, and, some of the football players, the good guys, take that next step out of Minot State. How do you recruit and get the new guys into Minot State and really stay so they can be, as far as like a Jen Dixon or, like a Brody, or somebody like that? How is your hand on recruitment? What the specific things that you do?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily in the day-to-day recruitment, but try to work behind the scenes to make sure, visits go well, and obviously the coaches have the resources to get out there and get on the road or bring kids to campus to visit, and making sure, when their visit is going on here, that we've got things, our facilities or academically, we've got visits arranged, and really kind of putting the best face forward, that we can, and it's very competitive, in this process, and one little thing can make a big difference on a visit or dealing with a recruit. It's not an exact science by any means, but so it's a team effort. It means so much when our faculty and staff can meet with some of the kids that we bring to campus, and they can have a good academic visit, and the parents, see that, and just the community. We've got a great community. We like to show off what Minot has to offer, because we're very fortunate.
What would be a goal that you have accomplished this year that you're proud of? And moving forward into next year, what's a goal that you definitely want to check off the list?
Well, we got a lot of things in the works. We've finally finalized some plans with our press box. You see that going on up at Herb Parker Stadium, and that facility is going to have some suites that we lease out to individuals. So right now we're out selling some of those things, and those are monies that can come back to our program that we can basically put back into the programs to increase what we're doing. Kind of some dollars from the outside, some fundraising dollars. That's been a focus. We've had to elevate things with our fundraising to put back into our programs, and we've been pretty successful there overall, and especially with our press box program and building. We're gonna have a video replay board in the dome next year. So right now we're out selling that and very close to finishing that up. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. It's all funded through sponsorships, but it'll be $500,000 video board that we'll have in the dome in the north end, and 20 feet high by 33 feet wide, and we'll do live shots like we do with football, and you've been involved with that and done a good job with that. And another opportunity not only for athletics but for broadcasting students to get some hands-on. And we have a ton more events in the dome than we do outdoors. So that's been a great piece for us at Herb Parker Stadium, the video board out there. But really excited to get that video board in the dome here. Hopefully by the end of the year here we'll have that up, and possibly by commencement maybe do a full production on commencement. So that'll be exciting.
I know you mentioned the press box. When's the press box going to be completed?
The scheduled date is April 15th. So
now, will you guys meet that scheduled date, or do you?
It sounds like they're on schedule. We have a construction meeting every other week on Tuesday mornings, and this past Tuesday they said they're on schedule.
This year has been pretty difficult. Football had 2 coaches leave, one going to UND, and then you hired a coach, and he takes off, a couple days later. What really are the difficulties with having to go through the struggles of finding, coach after coach after coach? And tell me how you just kept a positive voice, to the Minot State football team.
Yeah. First and foremost, through that whole deal, I felt bad for our student athletes. They were caught in the middle of some of this, and obviously Coach Rudolph left for UND, and it was a great opportunity for him. And through that hiring process, we felt Coach Hoffner was our best option, and he accepted the position and assured us that it was going to be, something that would be long-term for him. And obviously that changed throughout the process when his arbitration hearing. The timing of that was obviously unfortunate, but we dealt with it, and obviously, halfway through spring ball wasn't an ideal time to have to deal with that. But I felt bad for our student athletes because they deserve better than that as far as how they found out about it, and but the thing with athletics is it's very much like life. You've got you have situations that you have to deal with in your life, and they're not all positive, and you learn from them, and you work that much harder to make it work in the future. So Coach Hughes was in our process the first time around, and still very much interested in coming to Minot State, and really think we have a great man there in leading our program. So in the long run, it's going to be very positive because he's a great person and cares a lot, wants to be here at Minot State University, and that's really important. You'll find that out when you're hiring folks, is you've got to find somebody that wants to truly be at Minot State or whatever you're hiring for. That's number one, because they'll work that much harder and be that much more committed. And I think if you ask our student athletes, they like Coach Hughes and what he's all about there.
Mm-hmm. Now, jumping back with Coach Hoffner, did you ever get a feeling that, this guy, he might end up leaving just like he did? Did he give you the inclination that, hey, I'm here long term? What was the whole feeling behind that?
That's a good question. Whenever you hire, coaching profession is a little bit different in the fact that very seldom do you have somebody stay for 20, 25 years,
right.
And it's usually a shorter term, and we knew there was a possibility of him possibly, winning the arbitration hearing, and he was up front with that, but he indicated that he was going to be staying here, that we gave him an opportunity, and obviously that didn't happen, and so we dealt with it and we moved on. So that's where it's at, and we have moved on, and like I said, in the long term, we're going to be fine there.
Definitely. Say you moved on, long term, you're going to be fine. And so what are your plans for the future at Minot State? Do you see retirement soon, or do you plan on being here, for, long term down the road, a couple, like 10 years down the road? What are your plans as, Director of Athletics here at Minot State?
I'm real happy with where I'm at, and I don't have any plans to retire anytime soon, unless I win the lottery, I guess, or something. But no, it's a great place to work, and there's just a lot of great people. I'm very excited. I love working with Dr. Fuller, but I really love the vision of Dr. Shirley and what he's bringing to the table and the enthusiasm he has. And I think the whole campus is energized by that, and the community. So that's a real positive. You know, you always, whenever there's a change in your boss, you're always a little bit concerned. But it's been a great transition. He's made things a lot easier that way. So excited about the future, obviously, of athletics, but more so for our campus with his leadership. So it's an exciting time for us. You know, there's challenges obviously with everything, but North Dakota is in such a great position with the way our state is flourishing, the economy, and what ideas that we can present to the state, and possibly increasing what we do with you know, new programs and new initiatives, and I know he's going to do a great job of leading us that way.
Right here in Minot State, we have a really good director of athletics, and Rick Hedberg, excuse me. I thank you for joining us here.
Thank you.
And this is our final show. I appreciate it. Stay tuned here on MSU Inside Out. We have sports, Aundrey's fantasy football, and some great things coming up. Weather, it's beautiful outside today, and it's sunny. So stay tuned, because we have much more coming.
I need another story.
Wings, Beer, Sports, located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
All-American Trophies, established in 1983, located on South Broadway for all your trophy and screen printing needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies, located on Main Street.
Digital Office Center, offices located in Minot and Bismarck, provides a complete line of Xerox equipment, supplies, and other services.
MSU Hockey Club, the 2013 ACHA Men's Division I National Champions. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics Department, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Red and Green, Minot State University's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest under one roof to connect like-minded individuals.
Creative Property Management, over 45 years in managing properties and finding tenants the right home.
Be seen, be heard on the Alshire, Blackhawks, and Amphitheater stages. MSU Theater, where we tell the world's story.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Fiance Bridal, located downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Pepsi of Minot, the local Pepsi-Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, Bottineau, and Hettinger.
Rick's Jewelry, where you'll shimmer and shine.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agency handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
97 Kicks FM, today's hot new country.
KZTR FM, Minot's rock station, 105.3 The Fox.
KMXA FM, Minot's best music mix, Mix 99.9.
Jacobson Music, family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Beaver Brew Cafe, a coffee shop run by MSU students in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Minot Automotive, offering a superb selection of new 2014-2015 and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota models.
Uncle Mattio's, a place where everything is fresh, from pizza dough that's made in store each day to locally grown veggies that are delivered every morning.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMC, local news, weather, and sports.
Bridgeford Construction, licensed and insured for all your concrete needs, residential and commercial.
Ike Heatings, providing immediate sleep and furniture solutions for individuals, families, and commercial properties.
We are back here on MSU Inside Out. And Aundrey, that was a nice little break we just had.
Oh yeah, definitely a nice little break. We had some refreshments, had some nice cheeses and olives and tomatoes, you know.
And it's all happening on the second floor of Hartnett Hall on the north side. Ansley Harmon, she's having her senior portfolio reception up there. Go ahead and check it out. It's going on until 7 o'clock. She definitely put a lot of hard work into that.
A lot of hard work, you could tell. It's really classy. You got a nice little vibe, a little music, a little ambiance going on. So it's really nice. Definitely go check it out. It'll be going until 7 o'clock, and looks great.
Yeah, and definitely a lot of fun going on there. A lot of fun happening down in San Diego for the MLB winter meetings as we shift now into sports with Nolan.
I don't know if you call it fun or craziness. There's a lot of things going on that I didn't expect to happen this off season. The Twins, though, some exciting times for them. They got Torrey Hunter back and just recently signing Irvin Santana to a 4-year, $54 million deal.
Exciting times are coming. I can see it going up.
Lots of crazy things coming out of Oakland too. I don't know if I should trust Billy Bean, but he's Moneyball. He's shipped out Cespedes and Brandon Moss and Samardzija. They don't really have a pitching staff left, but hey, he's Bean. He knows what he's doing. But we'll switch back to some more local sports now. And as 2014 begins to wind down, the Minot State Beavers Hockey Club is in full swing. And they will be back in the Magic City for their final home games before the new year. The number 10 Beavers will play host to the Bottineau Jacks on Friday night at the Mesa Arena. They defeated Bottineau on Tuesday to improve to 17-6 on the season. The marquee matchup of the weekend will be Saturday's game versus the 5-8 Williston State Tetons, who are the reigning NJCAA national champions. The Beavers extended their current win streak to 7 games after Tuesday's win, along with a 3-win weekend defeating Colorado State and the University of Colorado. Beavers forward Jeremy Johnson continues to light up the league as he leads the team in scoring with 21 goals and 31 points. Head coach Wade Regier is also expecting a big game from Riley Hangen. The Beavs starting goalie has posted a .266 goals against average in 18 games at the midway point of the season. Puck drop is at 7:30 on Saturday at the All Seasons Arena, and don't forget that if you are unable to make the game, you can catch all the action right here on KMSU Channel 19 as Chris Morgan and Leon Ledoux will have the call. And sticking with hockey, the Beavers have something else to celebrate. For the second year in a row, a member of the club has been selected to compete for Team USA at the World University Games. Chris Morgan has more.
Nick Zern is a defenseman at Minot State University who was chosen for Team USA. He says it's all because of his father.
He had me in skates before I was even really walking, so I think it was him that mainly got me into it. But I don't know, being a defenseman always came natural to me, and I just stuck with it for my whole career. I think I've fallen back more towards a defensive defenseman. I used to be pretty offensive, but I've kind of transformed my game to be a pretty stay-at-home guy now.
Nick's teammates love that he's solid and simple to play with. Teammate John Stephenson finds that playing with Zern is a lot of fun.
Playing with Nick, I know it's a lot of fun. He's a real solid player. He keeps it simple. You know, it makes it really easy on me as a D partner. I don't always play with him, but you know, when I do, it's really nice having a real solid anchor back there.
Stephenson finds it great for the club and for Zern that he made Team USA.
Oh, it's great for our club. You know, puts our team on the map a little. You know, it's great for Nick. Speaks volumes about who he is as a person, as a player. You know, he's come a long way. You know, he won a national championship last year, leading the Tetons there.
While head coach Wade Regier was excited about Zern joining the team, assistant coach Jordan Willert wasn't sure, but quickly changed his mind.
Well, you know, Wade was, you know, really high on him, really excited about him. I wasn't, you know, exactly sure who he was. I mean, I played against him, but you know, and I see it now. I mean, he's confident with the puck. He demands respect.
Willert couldn't be more proud of Zern for making Team USA.
You know, it's awesome for the Minot State Beavers and for Nick Zern. I mean, we're all extremely excited for him. You know, you feel really proud. You take a lot of pride in it. You know, you're a coach of a guy that's going to play international for Team USA, and you know, being an American, it's just really exciting and awesome to be a part of.
With the support of the team, the fans, and his parents, Nick Zern is sure to bring home the gold. For KMSU, I'm Chris Morgan.
Again, you can catch Zern and the rest of the Beavers in action tomorrow night at 5 at the Mesa, and again on Saturday at 7:30 at the All Seasons Arena. It will also be a busy weekend at the MSU Dome. Kicking off the athletic action this weekend will be the Minot State wrestling team. The Beavers will hold their first home duel of the 2014-2015 season tonight as in-state rival University of Mary comes to town. The headline match will be the heavyweight bout as Mitchell Isle will take to the mat looking to put up another W. And to continue this weekend's activities will be the men's and women's basketball teams. The Beavers will tip off against the University of Sioux Falls on Friday. The Lady Beavs will be looking to get back into the win column after falling in 3 straight games. The men's basketball team will also be looking to snap a 2-game losing streak after dropping both of last weekend's games to Moorhead and Northern State. Game times for Friday are at 6 and 8 o'clock. You can catch all the action right here on Channel 19 as Neil Roberts' Com 328 class will have the call. Basketball action will continue in the Dome on Saturday against Southwest Minnesota State. Tip-off times for those games are at 4 and 6. That donut is fantastic. You know what else is fantastic? Aundrey's Fantasy Football. And of course, with this being our last show of 2014, that means we will have our final installment of the segment. Here's Dre now to give us his picks for the playoffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to week 15 of Aundrey's Fantasy Football Minute. It's a special time of the year, and I'm not talking about Christmas. It's playoff time. And here to help you set up your lineup for the playoffs, let's get started. With the biggest news of the week, here's Johnny. Johnny Manziel has been given the starting job in Cleveland, and I think he's going to tear it up. You better make some room on your roster because Johnny Football's coming to town. Let's move on to some running backs. I really like Trey Mason. He's emerged as a super back in St. Louis. He has good matchups in the playoffs, so start him. I also like Jonathan Stewart. He exploded last week, and I love his matchup going forward. With Cam Newton out, prayers to Cam Newton, Stewart should get more carries. How about Torrey Smith? He's quietly had a good year, and I think he'll be big in the playoffs. One receiver I like is Kenny Stills. With Jimmy Graham drawing so much attention, Stills can slip behind the defense, put him in your lineup. Antonio Gates had a good start to the season, and it's time for him to finish strong. He'll be top 5 tight end in the playoffs. Well, that's all the time I have for my Week 15 minute. I wish you all good luck in the playoffs. Remember, everything will be great if you listen to Dre.
Of course, you can catch more of Aundrey's picks right here on KMSU Channel 19 on the Dre and Jay Show immediately following this episode of MSU Inside Out. And sticking with fantasy football, it is playoff time. I know you didn't make the playoffs, but I face off against Jesse this week. What advice do you have for me?
You know what? I didn't make the playoffs because I was too busy helping you guys out, but the advice that I definitely have for you was Jamal Charles. That's what I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say?
Yep, that's all I'm going to say.
The best player on his team?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you any more advice. We're going to see how you could do.
Yeah, and you can find out more. Of course, we just have we have Dre and Jay coming up in 6 minutes. So.
Definitely. The Dre and Jay Show right after this, Week 15. And the donut looked absolutely fantastic.
Unbelievably good. I'm going to finish this once I'm off camera.
Yeah, have fun finishing that.
Yeah, good luck to you this week, too.
So it'll be fun. And now, what else has been fun is the weather we've had outside. For December, it's been great.
I walked outside today, looked around, and said, it is beautiful. Literally, that's what came out of my mouth. Because it was gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, here is Emily Madalin with us with weather.
Yes, it has been really gorgeous, and I'm excited for our final episode for this semester that I get to give you guys a happy forecast here. So let's get right to it. First of all, looking at our temperatures in the Magic City right now, 37 degrees still tonight and feels like 23. Wind is at about 18 miles per hour. Now taking a look at some temperatures for tomorrow, it looks like we will be actually, you know what, let's talk about tonight first. Tonight, our lows are going to be in the 40s, which is going to be feeling really nice, for this time of year. 40 is definitely not a very cold low. Now, looking at our temperatures for tomorrow, it will be even warmer than today. Tomorrow is going to be unseasonably warm. Really beautiful temperatures in the low 50s across most of the state tomorrow. And as we look at Friday night, again, more of those warm lows and another clear and dry night. It looks like 40s across most of the area. And looking at Saturday, now Saturday we will see a few more clouds. It looks like 46 in the capital city, 59 much warmer in Dickinson, but again, it will be a little bit cloudier on Saturday. Looking at some temperatures for Sunday, it looks like, again, we will see some clouds, and now our temperatures are starting to drop a little bit into the 30s for Sunday, but it still is going to be feeling pretty nice out there. Let's check out, lastly, our extended forecast here as we get into the beginning of next week. Now things are going to be dropping a little bit, and but we can't complain about that. We're seeing some 20s, but that's kind of average for this time of year, so I think we should just get outside and enjoy these next few days.
Absolutely, I'm definitely fine. Excited about what we've been seeing.
I'm excited about 50s. 50s in December, this is great.
50s in December, that is great.
I might have to bring my golf clubs back out of the closet.
Hey, me and you, we go golf and hit the range or something. We'll figure something out.
It's nice to know that you can actually think of that this close to Christmas.
Especially in Minot, North Dakota in December. Well, thanks a lot, Em.
Yes, thank you guys.
For sure. Like I said, December, it's here. It's here. That means Christmas is right around the corner. You have any special plans for Christmas?
Open some presents. We'll see.
You might open some presents.
Yeah, I'll definitely spend a lot of time with my family. Have a lot of fun.
Definitely. Now, do you open Christmas presents the night before or Christmas Day?
It's whenever my family can get all together now.
Yeah.
It used to be, I believe, Christmas Eve, and then now it's just whenever you can.
That's what my family used to do. We used to do Christmas Eve. Now we do Christmas Day. We go to church, and after church, we open presents and clean up. Then we have a family dinner and everything.
Right now, we're going to watch a Christmas video that was put together by people on